Zip it and gather round, class.
Where did you...
Did you not hear the first thing I said about zipping it? Stand by for instructions. Shoehorn, Dustpan, this is Teacup.
Agent Forsyth, where have you...
Shoehorn, I reversed the main fan. Let it push you back down the vent and then climb into the hatch labeled 375H. Then move forward and take 2 consecutive rights. You'll be able to drop down directly into the office from that spot.
Teacup?
Dustpan, tell the guards you're a contractor from Halifax Security. You're here to inspect the card shuffling machine. Your clearance code is 99853. I have the real inspector trapped in the 4th floor bathroom, so avoid that area.
Roger that, Teacup.
Shoehorn, I've disabled all side detectors and inhibitors, but it's only temporary, so be quick.
Check. I'm entering the office.
This is Dustpan. I'm sweeping the guards out of the area.
The key reader is operational.
Got a room number for us, Shoehorn?
Yes, it's the North Tower Penthouse, 3896. But can we get up there if the side detectors come back online?
I have an operative in position. You and Dustpan pull out and return to the pantry immediately. Did you catch that intel, Egg Beater?
Teacup, this is Egg Beater. I'm in position and have a visual on the North Tower penthouse.
All right. Time to make the omelet.
Roger. On the move.
Your classmates are on their way to offer support. Did you not hear that last part either?
Welcome back, VOD watchers, to part 3 of Psychonauts 2 with a Therapist. I hope you enjoyed parts 1 and 2. Thanks for making it all the way through those playthroughs. Part 3 is going to be a doozy. I have no idea what to expect. If you're watching this on YouTube, please take a second to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I love reading comments. Leave a comment if any part of this episode stands out to you. I love reading them. I don't respond to all of them, but I do read all of them. Also consider becoming a channel member. Come hang out with us over on Twitch for live streams. I'm usually live at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. Really, really glad that you're here. I hope you're enjoying it, and we're going to have a fantastic night. I can already tell. So strap in. Here we go.
I
Egg
forgot
Beater.
to mention, Egg Beater. There doesn't seem to be any path to the North Tower from here.
I guess I'll just have to make one.
I got you, Raz. Just remember everything I taught you about rail grinding.
You didn't teach me anything about rail grinding. Oh, God. That's all right. We got this. Music in this game is so excellent. All right, let's make sure that I'm equipped properly here. That there. All right, levitation ball, zapper. All right, I think we're good. Here we go.
Does this go all the way up to the penthouse? Up? Uh-oh.
You know, up is more my thing, right?
Yes. Help me out, buddy.
Take these to the top, my friend.
You got it, Chief.
Thanks, Morris.
Hey, now we're even for that octopus thing.
No one's keeping score, Morris.
I am. Don't worry. I got this.
No, wait, Norma, let me get off this.
All right.
Thanks, Norma.
Anytime.
In the elevator. All right, play it cool. I'm just here to gamble. Hello, fellow adults. How are you on this fine evening?
Uh-oh. More antics.
I just want to play the slots in peace. I'm just looking for my dad. I'm just looking for my dad. He gambles a lot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh.
Look, I can explain.
I think that about explains it.
Hell yeah.
I really have to get one of those.
Watch out!
Egg beater? Is
Oh,
the
God.
omelet ready to flip?
Hey, so what's at the end of this thing?
Ah! Oh, God. We got this. We're cool. We're in control.
Egg beater? Is the omelet ready to flip?
Hey, so what's at the end of this thing?
Better? God damn it.
Egg beater? Is the omelet ready to flip?
Hey, so what's at the end of this thing?
Alright, come on, baby. We go up. There we go. That's what I wanted.
Power
Sam, what are you...
of
Oh, no.
wheel.
The hell are you doing? Oh no.
You're welcome.
Interesting decision. Okay. That's
Thanks, everybody. I felt a lot of psycho synergy there.
That's not a word.
Get in. I'm sending you to the penthouse. Careful, egg beater. We have no idea.
damn,
what
she's
to
got a lot of
expect.
faith in me
I'm
already.
ready for anything. Except that.
What? What is it, egg beater?
I'm not sure, but I think it must be rotten caviar.
Noted. Please continue.
Ew. Alright, investigate the penthouse.
Why would Nick John Smith have a key to this hotel room in his pocket?
Good question.
Was he running a caviar smuggling ring? Gross.
He really left a mess.
Yep.
Old Nick John Smith. Classic. Got hot dogs laying around. Where's Madame when you need her?
Hey, what's back here? You gotta be kidding me.
Whoa. Alright, so we've got a little Maligula. This is not good.
Yep.
Not good.
Holy mama.
More caviar.
Wow, 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 wow.
Egg beater.
Sorry. It's just a lot to take in.
Did you find evidence of delusionist activity?
You could say that. I think I found the headquarters of the Maligula fan club. This feels like more than just a history buff. Hey, did you know Maligula's body was missing?
We've been tracking the situation. But it was her mind that was dangerous, not her body.
Yeah, but what reason could someone have for stealing... Uh-oh.
What they don't want you to know
Rescue.
about
I
necromancy.
think somebody misses Maligula. A lot.
Bring us all the evidence you can find, Eggbeater. Especially anything that could help us identify the double agent in the Psychonauts.
Will do.
Lil Zanato, pros, free run of Psychonauts HQ. Oh, that's Lily. Okay, Lily, not Lil. Her girlfriend is on.
Necromancy. Ugh. These books are pseudoscience mumbo-jumbo.
There's nothing in these papers that identifies our double agent.
I'm afraid there's only one prime suspect right now.
Who?
Nick.
No.
The key was on his body. He has to be connected somehow.
But how could he kidnap Truman if he was in a box? Brainless.
Good point. There must be another.
By the way, where were you, Hollis, when I was trapped in the...
Oh, look! We're landing!
Uh-oh.
Great job, everybody! Let's regroup in my classroom for mission debriefing.
I guess I should see if I can find anything in these ridiculous books.
And I'll take a closer look at these papers. Oh, Sasha. I just don't know who to trust anymore.
I know I should show this to the others, but I want to talk to Lily about it first. Alone. It was really bothering me. I should go to Truman's office and talk to Lily about it.
Forsyth is a little bit suspicious here. I mean, I try not to go too meta into this, where I could say that the game is being a little bit like heavy-handed about it, thus maybe that's just a way to like make us think that Forsyth is the problem as a misdirection when really it's not her. But that was a hell of a deflection there. She also seems to be taking a little bit more charge of this, I don't know, in a way that potentially makes her culpable for this. Like, I think that it's important for a leader in this situation to take into account that, like, you all are well within your rights to believe that it might be me. It's hard to know. It's hard to know for sure what the deal is. Maybe it is a deflection off of Raz scrambled her mind and she's protecting us. It's hard to know, but like, I will say that, like in Red Dead, there's a similar conversation to be had here about people who start to overcompensate in certain ways and try to take control so it appears as if they are not at all possibly culpable. And I'm not saying that she's guilty by any means. We don't have enough, but we do have motive, potentially. She is in a higher position of power now with this other guy out. So, it's just on my radar. You know, we watch for other patterns. I'm not making a call or anything. We have no idea what happened. Maybe she blew the entire Psychonauts budget. And if that's the case, yeah, that'd be super embarrassing.
Seen Sherry? Hey, kid.
Sasha was all, I'll get the jet.
So?
Well, it was how he looked at her when he said it.
Oh, you mean it was like, I'll get the jet?
Yeah.
Oh, scandalous. We are Raz. Yes.
Hello.
Hey, Sonny.
Scanning. Access granted.
Okay, so we are going... Need to show the Lily photo I found at the Delusionist penthouse. Bet she's in her dad's office above the nerve center.
Who's dragging in all this mud?
Scanning for fingerprint. Access granted.
Rasputin, may I speak to you for a minute?
Oh, but... Okay.
Uh-oh.
Is this about what happened in Hollis's mind?
Yes.
I can explain.
No need.
Fun little parenting tip. Somewhat illustrated by this little moment here. Don't underestimate the power of your silence as a parent. Kids do not do a very good job holding in when they are guilty of something. And you can usually wait them out a little bit. If you stay silent and act as if you know something, kids will project onto you and assume you know what they know, and they will tell on themselves all the time. So don't underestimate the power of silence as the way to potentially get your kids to start spilling the beans on stuff, because they will carry a guilty conscience, and it can be a pretty powerful tool. Subtracted Cat, what's up, man? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in, Raiders. We're currently playing Psychonauts 2. It's a spoiler-free run, so please don't backseat or spoil anything. I know you won't, because Subtracted Cat's got a great community. Make sure y'all follow Subtracted Cat. He's great. Appreciate y'all being here, friends. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this my developing brain?
Do you remember this place, Rasputin?
It's the collective unconscious, the shared portion of all human psyches.
I thought this might be a good place to talk about the incredible access we Psychonauts have, and the trust that goes with it.
Carl Jung is just so excited right now. The collective unconscious is not like an actually validated thing. It's very theoretical. It is generally something I shy away from because it kind of violates physics and what we know about how interaction is. The basic premise of the collective unconscious is that it's this like tie that binds all of us, and that you put, you know, certain aspects of your perceptions and stuff go into the collective unconscious, and therefore as humans we might have more insight and intuition on things than we might otherwise have because we tap that collective unconscious. I think it's a fluffy way of basically saying that humans know how to empathize with each other. But the collective unconscious, even though you might hear about it talked about as if it's some like legitimate, well-respected psychological construct, it is not actually. It's just very theoretical. It's got almost more of a spiritual vibe to it, as opposed to like a scientific vibe to it. So I got to put that out there just because, like, this is one of the first things where I'm like, we're kind of stretching a little bit here. So that sounds super fun, Steve. Oh, God.
I know. I really messed up. I thought I could fix it.
You thought you could manipulate another person's mind to bend their will to your own. There are few things worse, Rasputin. Agent Forsyth seems to feel you've learned your lesson and that no further consequences are needed. I think she's being too lenient. Next time you find yourself in someone's mind and it occurs to you to overreach your boundaries, use this.
Smelling salts?
These will cause you to exit the brain immediately before any damage is done. You may also use this place to return to some of the mines you've already visited, of course, if you feel there is some unfinished business there. Use the smelling salts when you feel ready to leave.
Thanks, Sasha. And I'm sorry.
Why does everybody Batman Rasputin? Smelling salts can be used to break the astral connection to a mental world in order to return to reality. When you are ready to exit the collective unconscious, open the pause menu and select Exit Brain. Look at all these doors. Select Exit Brain from the pause menu. We can grab the emotional baggage we didn't get. It's true.
Sounds like it's quitting time.
And they're
The
still
note I found
working
at the
on it?
casino was really bothering me. I should go to Truman's office and talk to Lily about it.
Wait a second.
Need any help, Sasha?
Yes, from him.
Me?
Help me find the answers I need.
Oh, so this is all my fault. Have any suspicions?
No, that's the frustrating thing. How could anyone in the Psychonauts do this? And how could they keep it a secret?
I'm not going to really throw my hypothesis in here. At least we made it out of the rhombus of ruin. Let's talk about at least statements for a second here. I don't think I've ever gotten a chance to really talk about this in one of these tidbits. Be very careful, friends, of using sentences that start with "at least" when people express something difficult. If you start a sentence with "at least," there's a really, really good chance you're about to invalidate somebody. You're about to silver lining them, rather than actually acknowledge and validate the struggle they might be having or the pain that they're experiencing. It's a minimizer. A lot of people do it with really good intentions. They say, at least we got out of that. Or at least you didn't die. Or at least you didn't... Like, people say this because they want people to feel better. They want people to look at the positive aspects of what affected them. And while that's okay, when you say that, you're basically bypassing the validation and acknowledgement of the difficult thing. Probably because acknowledging it makes it more anxiety-provoking for you. So just be very mindful of saying "at least" in response to people sharing something difficult that's happened to them or that is happening to them. You'll find that people are a little bit more drawn towards talking to you about things.
I'll let you get back to the interrogation. Sorry I can't help.
You've done a lot, Rasputin. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for the validation, man. I appreciate that.
Don't be too hard on yourself, kid. There's a mess in there. Oh, I love these things.
Right?
More power? What am I missing?
Is this even legal?
It's a valid question, Lobato, about the legality of what we're doing to you, buddy. Would it work to acknowledge the "at least" from a different perspective? Like, instead of "at least you're alive," would it be better to say "I'm glad you're alive"? Yeah, that takes a little bit... That takes ownership of your experience of what's going on. That, I think, is a perfectly reasonable way to interact with that. Yes. right? Saying I'm glad you're alive is you talking about your emotional experience and reaction
What's up,
to
little
something
guy?
instead of making like more of a objective statement. It doesn't force a person to have to like consider an alternative to the pain that they have just expressed to you. You answer that question, Floaty. You know the answer to that better than I do. Alright, we need to go... Alright, so we gotta go back to the nerve center.
Scanning. Access. Granted.
Oh, I see Agent Forsyth over there.
Hey, that big-headed kid is in your
That big-headed kid. Jeez.
Agent?
Hello, stranger.
Oh, I'm stranger when you look me eye to eye, but I'm that big-headed kid when I'm...
That big-headed kid is in your area.
Howdy, Forsyth.
Agent Forsyth?
Permission requested to go outside? Alright, so I have a choice here. Do I go in confidently? Do I divert? Or do I apologize? I actually think... I mean, if it was me, I think I would be legitimately apologetic here. Like, hey, I messed up. Thank you for being so lenient and kind with me. I really am sorry that I did what I did. I think it's okay to lead with that. Right? Show some validation of that look she's giving me right now, which means we're going to start off on a better pretense than if I just come in acting like nothing happened. But I also think we don't have to belabor the apology. Okay? Like this is the time that I say I'm sorry. She acknowledges the apology, and then that's it. I don't have to keep doing it. It's been put out into the world.
Agent Forsyth? I just wanted to say how sorry I am.
Think you've learned anything from that little misadventure in Tornaquato?
You have to respect people's boundaries is pretty good, and you shouldn't try to change people. Octopuses are bad? Really? You gotta respect people's boundaries.
You have to respect people's boundaries.
You're on the right track.
Hell
You're
yeah.
here to learn, Rasputin, and there's no learning without mistakes. Even I learned something from that unplanned vacation. My security was way too open, especially with a mole in the organization.
Any leads on that? Thank you for the transition, Forsyth.
Any leads on the mole?
Here's something. Did you know that Maligula was from the nation of Grulovia? Isn't that the same country that your family, the Aquatos, come from?
Yes, but...
Oh, don't worry. Many families fled Grulovia during the war and after. It's just interesting is all.
As a reminder, chat, no spoilers. Do not tell me what alternative paths or anything are going to lead to. All right. Permission requested. Sorry to bother you. I know you're busy. Do not ever presume that you are bothering somebody unless they tell you that you are bothering them. Too many people move through the world assuming that they are burdensome to the people around them, and they will become extra apologetic as the result of that. You are not a burden. You are not in the way. You are not causing problems unless a person tells you, hey, this is a little much for me. People need to set that boundary with you and say that to you. And a lot of people will go, yeah, but Dr. Mick, isn't that awkward for people to say? Yeah, but that's what, if a person is legitimately bothersome to you, you need to tell them that. You need to set boundaries with them. Help them understand the way that you are impacted by them. That is your responsibility to do, not to have other people automatically assume that they are burdensome to you and thus police your boundaries. It is important for you to assert your own boundaries if people are bothersome, and if you do not hear that you are bothersome to people, assume you aren't until told otherwise. Because all you're doing is asking for external reassurance that your existence matters and is not problematic. People are going to get very tired of reassuring you for that, especially if you don't internalize it. How do you tell someone they're bothersome politely? You say, hey, what you're doing is bothering me, and I would appreciate it if you X. Or something along those lines. Saying you're bothering me is not inherently rude. It's real. It's true. If you are affected by somebody in a particular way, it's okay to speak to that. Too many people are averse to doing that because they're worried about the reaction a person is going to have. If a person is legitimately bothering you and you set a boundary, setting boundaries is doing somebody else and yourself a favor. It sets the parameters for engagement, and that's so, so important. And if you want to learn a little bit more about how to set healthy boundaries, I encourage you to watch my video called How to Set Healthy Boundaries on YouTube.
Permission requested to go outside.
Permission denied. We are under lockdown until we get a handle on this mole situation.
Sorry to bother you. I know you're busy.
I always have time for my interns, Aquato. Now get out of my sight.
She essentially just said, you're not bothering me. So Raz better well internalize that and take her for her word. Take her for her word. There are so many people that allow their projections to get in the way of what Forsyth just said. If she says to Raz, I always have time for my interns, you take that as fact, as her speaking to her experience. If she is lying to you, that is her problem. If she's telling you something but means something else, that's a Forsyth problem. That's not a you problem. You work with the known variables. When a person like Forsyth says, I always have time for you, feel free to approach me at any time, people generally don't say that unless they mean it. Do not let your projections get in the way. Look at this guy.
Can we get that on the main screen?
Scanning for fingerprint. Access granted.
Ooh, it's Hagrid. Seems like an unnecessarily difficult way to get to your office space, but okay.
Lily, how is he?
Oh, Raz, I can't figure out what's wrong. These plants are supposed to feed off his psychic energy and help me figure out what's going on. But they keep dying. I think his Silurian poisoning must be worse than we thought.
Listen, Lily. I have to talk to you about something I found on the casino mission. Have you been contacted by any strangers or even someone you know acting funny, trying to...
To turn me into a spy and help kidnap my dad? Is that what you're implying?
No, but I wanted to warn you. People are going to ask...
Look, I know I talk smack about the Psychonauts and say they aren't what they used to be. And I know I'm a terrible daughter and a disappointment to my father, okay? But... Oh, never mind!
Lily, hang on!
Rasputin.
That woke him up.
Truman! You're awake!
My daughter has projected onto me. I can't tolerate it. I have no idea why he just woke up, but that's pretty hilarious. I will not tolerate these assumptions about my perception of my daughter.
Hang on, let me tell the others.
No, Rasputin, no one must know. There's a spy among us. We don't know who to trust.
But
if the wrong person hears what I'm about to tell you, people could die.
Now, I will say it is a bit interesting that he's not talking to his daughter about this and that he somehow trusts me. Think about how wild that is. This guy doesn't know me from Adam. And he literally just blew his cover to tell me what he's about to tell me. He didn't tell his daughter. He's literally acting like he's in a coma in front of his daughter. He hasn't told all of these other people in the Psychonauts that he theoretically would trust more than us. It really makes me wonder, like, not only does that say something about his view of me, it says something about his view of everybody else. And if you're going to be a person that says, well, Dr. Mick, you're the video game protagonist, of course he's going to tell you. He told me. That's weird, kind of. In the context of all these other people that he knows. So what is it about the general system here that he doesn't trust, that he needs like a newbie like me, who he perhaps perceives as different, to be the one that hears what he's about to say? That is something. Especially given what Lily just said about being a disappointment to her father. I mean, I could kind of see where that comes from if he's not somebody who divulges any information to her at all. It says something about his perception, potentially, of her reactivity, that he doesn't share this with her. That he's willing to let her worry about him being in a coma rather than whatever else.
But, Lily!
We must keep this information from her to protect her.
Truman, I don't understand. Who kidnapped you?
I only saw that psycho in the shower cap.
But Lobato must have had help. We think it's the delusionists. And they're even trying to bring back
Maligula. It's true. That's what I was working on when I was taken.
They can't really bring her back, though, right? Sasha says it's impossible.
It wouldn't be the first time the Psychonauts underestimated Maligula's power. Listen, Rasputin. Maligula is coming back. And we only have one hope. There's one person who knows how to fight her. You need to bring him here. Bring back Ford Cruller. Can you do that for me, Raz? Can you bring back Agent Cruller and find out what he knows? Rasputin, this is a mission about the fate of the world. And I have no one else I can trust. You must bring Ford here. Can you do that?
Nitpick time. Because I like to do that. My man is doing a really good job laying out what needs to happen. I can appreciate it. He's saying very clearly, here's who we need to get back. This is possible, etc., etc. Can you do that is the wrong way to ask that question. Because what that's asking Raz to pull upon in his answer to that question is his sense of competence, not his desire to help. Will you assist me would be the better option there, because it allows Rasputin to connect with his desire to be of assistance, that he wants to be part of the solution. If you ask, can you do it, Rasputin has to compute a bunch of other things, which is, I don't know the challenge that I'm up against. I don't know the obstacles. I don't know what's needed for me in order to have the competency to do that. I don't know if I can. And so that's why we see Rasputin hesitate there and go, because he was asked if he could do it, not whether he is willing to do it. And it's a minor difference linguistically that has a huge impact on drawing Rasputin in. And if this guy really needs Rasputin to agree to this, which it seems like he does, then he needs to be mindful about how he frames this so that Rasputin doesn't come at this with hesitancy. Language is super important. So as nitpicky as that is, it has huge ramifications, and Raz's reaction to that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yes, if I can find some bacon.
I'm going to ignore that last part because it makes no sense to me. But I'm trusting that you know what you're doing. And I'm trusting that you'll tell no one, Rasputin. The fate of the free-thinking world is in your hands.
Okay, Grandhead Zanotto. You can trust me. I'll get forward.
Good boy. Go now. We're running out of time.
Oh my god. I just wasn't ready for that. I'm going to ignore that because I don't understand what you mean by that. Oh my god, I applaud the honesty.
What are you doing? You'll blow my cover.
Sorry, man, didn't mean to walk on you.
Wait, how am I gonna summon Agent Cruller?
Beats me. You said something about bacon?
Oh, right. He really loves bacon. Card!
How do I get up here? I want this key.
Scanning for fingerprint. Access denied.
Cool statue. Okay. All right. So Zanotto is alive, and he's doing okay.
Improve your networking skills with our new mental connection pins.
All right. So we need bacon. Where, if I was bacon, where would I be?
Agent?
Intern.
Let's go. Points. I mean, I do remember that there was the custodian guy that was in the atrium was looking at bacon, so let's see what we got. Bacon.
How did
Where
you know
did he
where
go?
Mick's body was? And how to get up to that hotel?
Y'all remember what I'm talking about, right? He was like right here and he was sweeping.
Hey, thanks for your help on that casino mission.
Norma thinks you're the mole. What are you, his accomplice? I'm keeping my eyes on both of you.
All right, cafeteria.
Probably just saved
Gay
my
old
life
sushi.
taking this off the market.
Ugh. Ew. I'd like some bacon, please.
Hey, did the bacon delivery come in yet?
Yep, and I'm already sold out. Sorry.
What? You don't have one piece of bacon?
Well, just the one I was saving for my ferrets. Okay, you can have it. It fell on the floor anyway.
I don't mind.
Appreciate the honesty.
Okay, I'm closing up shop. Enjoy your dirty bacon, kid.
Still just piping hot? All right.
Well, here goes nothing. I'm not sure if you're still a psychic stowaway inside my head, Ford. But if you are...
Ooh, is that honey pepper boar bacon? Oh, I haven't had that since my days back at headquarters. Rasputin, what are you doing back here? I'm not supposed to be here. Oh, but I do miss the old honey pepper.
We need you here, Agent Cruller. Grand Ed Zanotto asked for you himself.
What's that? Oh, you found Truman. Oh, good job there, Rasputin.
Yes. And he says you're the only one who can help us fight Maligula.
Maligula?
Yes, someone's trying to bring her back to life. And there's a mole in the Psychonauts, and we have a ton of work to do.
Yes, work to do. Shoes to clean, hair to cut, mail to sort.
Now, if you don't mind, Agent Cruller, I'm just gonna take a quick peek under the hood to see what we're dealing with here.
Oh, sure, kid. Knock yourself out.
Okay.
Interesting. The campfire at Whispering Rock. I haven't been here for days.
All right, let's see what kind of cool stuff we can uncover here.
I remember this guy. He always seemed to be missing something up top to me. Aha! Here's the top to that stump and a little torch. They used to keep these torches lit. I remember.
Oh, I know how I can light it. What am knucklehead? I can literally make fire with my mind. There we go.
So it was Ford Cruller in his prime. That's more like it.
This is really cool. I just love the art aspect of this.
That's right. There were 7 stumps at camp.
Yeah, I really do appreciate the peacefulness of this guy's mind. Sort of makes you wonder, like, how much age has to do with this, right? Like, we're going into the mind of a man who very clearly is older than, like, anybody else we've gone into. It makes you wonder if, like, with wisdom and time, he's just learned to calm his mind. He's been with the Psychonauts for a long time, so he's been able to kind of keep an inner space in his head that is just nice and chill. We could all learn from Mr. Ford Cruller. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Cool.
I hope I get to meet Cassiopeia someday. I have some questions about her book. Compton Boole, grandfather of my friend Dogan. I wonder if he's any better with animals. Here's Lily's great uncle Bob. Man, that
up,
beard
Bob?
must have taken forever to carve. Aw, poor Helmut Fullbear.
These were the people that were
I
on
guess
those
I'll
paintings
never
on
get
the way to
see his
Zanotto's
famous
office.
Psychodicy.
Psychodicy. Jeez. They just went for every pun.
Lucretia Mux. Huh. Wonder why she's not included in the Psychic 6. I mean, I guess because that would make it the Psychic 7. But still, she must have been important, or Ford wouldn't have carved her.
Now we go into the Great Deku Tree. wow, this is so cool. This reminds me of What Dreams May Come, when Robin Williams is like going down into hell and has to like kayak through hell with his son.
There's a note to Ford in here. Looks like it's from Otto Mentalis. Cruller, I think it's time we add a third psychic to our research team. Her name is Lucretia Mux. She's hoping to get out of Grulovia, where her husband was just killed in the war. I know you have concerns about hydraulic mining, Ford, but with Lucretia's powerful hydrokinesis, we could wash the Titanium out of these caves in no time. I feel like the two of us have been digging forever, but with Lucy's help, I feel like I see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. This is worse than I thought.
Well, I seem to remember the inside of your mind wasn't so neat and tidy either.
Agent Cruller, I'm here to help. I want to unshatter your mind.
Ah, don't bother. I've tried for years. Whoever dropped the kablooey on this mine really didn't want to put back together again. And to tell you the truth, there were some parts of this old brain that weren't doing me much good anyway. Who needs to think about the past all the time, eh? Some memories are best left alone. Now let's get out of here before that bacon gets cold.
But Ford!
Uh-oh.
Now, I'm not saying it will be easy, but let's just go see Truman, and I'm sure he'll... Agent Cruller? Ford? Oh, man. I need to find him before I report back to Truman. What was that work he said he had to do? Something about mail? And hair? And shoes?
Interesting.
Can you believe we're out of bacon again?
Yes! Because...
Almost had it. I just need to focus a little longer with my clairvoyance.
I put it in your locker. I'd do anything for you. Hi, kid.
Okay. So I'm assuming we go back to the mailroom then.
I should have stayed home today.
Oh, Susan, I'm sorry. The mailroom. Actually, let's use the vending machine first.
New guy in there.
Brand new mental connection pins available. Idea. Let's make a side challenge marker and get you ranked up.
Oops. Okay.
Please use your purchases responsibly.
At least I have two of them when I get another card. Go to that mailroom. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to use this as a chance to say, if you're watching the VOD, thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. And those of you that are here live, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope that all of you are enjoying this playthrough as much as I'm enjoying bringing it to you. I hope my extra thoughts on it add a little something to it. But I am really grateful for all of you. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for following, for watching the VODs, for just overall supporting this community. It is really wonderful of you to do, and I am super grateful for it. If you want to support the channel, you can do it through a YouTube membership, through a sub, through buying some merch. But this stream will always be free. I am grateful for those of you that do help out with
this Christmas card is
some financial support, but never required. Y'all are fantastic. All right, let's see what we got going on here.
Agent Cruller, it's me, Raz. Permission to enter?
Negative. Senior staff only.
Ford, it's me.
And who are you?
Uh-oh.
Don't you realize who I am?
Wait. If Nick John Smith is mentoring interns, he must be senior staff, right?
I'm telling my dad.
I should talk to him.
Special delivery.
Oh, what's up, Panda?
Mr. John Smith.
What are you doing, dude?
Hang on, Nick. I'll get you out of there. Somehow.
Now.
Hang on, Nick. I'll get you out of there. Somehow.
Did you just like hit the button?
Hang on, Nick. I'll get you out of there. Somehow.
What the hell?
Package.
Oh my god!
Return.
Yep.
Nick, buddy, you're making me real nervous here. I gotta figure out.
Insufficient postage. Address unknown. Special delivery. Airmail?
Hey,
There we go. Okay, I can grab
stay
him.
away from these machines. Hey, Nick. You're senior staff, right?
Pony?
Can you help me get into the back room? I need to talk to Agent Crawler.
Flat rate.
Look, Nick, I have a wild idea. Bear with me. If I get you a loner brain of equal or greater value to your own, then you help me get into the back room. Plus, I'll bet the loner brain will keep you safe from all this machinery.
First class.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Now, where can I find a brain? That's one Agent Crawler located. Need to find the other two before I regroup with Agent Zanotto.
Man, Nick is really unsettling.
Must sort.
I have to get another brain.
Snow. Rain.
Anybody got brains just chilling?
There's a narrow slot, but I don't think I can fit there.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna go bowling. It was floaty, yeah. Bowling alley.
We haven't had a senior league in years. Well, it's back.
I'm ready to bowl. Let's go. Astral Lane's reserved for Senior League. Bar open late. There he is.
Agent Cruller, I need to talk to you.
Sorry, Senior League hours. Only members of the Senior League allowed.
Doesn't look like there's much left of the Senior League, except for Compton Boole? No kidding. Huh. Under office number, it just says Psycho-Isolation. Why would his office be in Psycho-Isolation? Guess I need to get out there to find out. 2 forts down. Only one more to find before I can go back to Truman.
Why was everybody staring at my head that whole meeting?
Sorry, looked up all day.
I can wait.
You sure as shampoo can, but unless I get a cancellation, you're out of luck.
That's the final Ford. Time to debrief Truman. I think I'm gonna need his help.
Improve your networking skills with our new mental connection pins.
No, there is one.
Scanning access granted.
Interesting.
Scanning access granted.
Truman, Ford's wacky. I don't know what to do. I gotta get a brain, I gotta get a haircut, and I gotta go bowling.
Truman! It's okay. We're alone.
Where's Cruller?
I got him to the base, but now he's locked in the bowling alley. And also the mailroom. And the hair salon.
Sounds like he's reverting to some old behavior. He's no good to us like that.
I think I could help him, if I could just get closer to him. But to get closer, I need to do some stuff outside the base.
Put your head near this brain... thing. I should be able to... There! Full access. That should let you search the whole place, inside and out.
Okay. I'll try to get Ford and bring him back here.
No, Raz. You're going to find Ford Cruller, and you're going to fix him. You're going to make Ford Cruller whole again. This is just another mind in torment, Raz. It needs a Psychonaut to fix it. And I believe in you, Raz. I know you're ready for this.
Yes, sir, Agent Zanotto. I won't let you down. I'll put Ford back together again.
Godspeed, Psychonaut.
Truman's secret mission. Ford is in pieces, and Truman needs you to put him back together. Each aspect of Ford presents its own challenge, and they can be tackled in any order. Check your manual for details. Many areas that were previously off limits are now accessible with Truman's security clearance. Explore. Alrighty.
Scanning for fingerprint. Full access granted. Welcome, Grand Head Zanotto.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep wearing my comfy robe and not do anything. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal, Zanotto. Increases the devastation of wrecking ball attacks. Cooldowns between enemy grapples are shortened. Revealed hidden objects stay visible longer. Alrighty. I'm glad those people can't see me talking to Zanotto.
Rasputin Delgado, please report to the front desk. You have a visitor.
What?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
Rasputin Avocado, you have multiple visitors waiting for you in the reception area.
Someone is here to see me?
Rasputin Avocado. At least get my name right.
Rasputin Aquado, please come down to the reception area immediately. Your visitors are creating a disturbance.
Oh no. It couldn't be.
Is that a brain?
Excuse me, but how would you feel about me putting you in the body of Mick from the mill?
If I had my hands, I'd slap your face.
Sorry, it's just really important.
So are manners, but you don't seem to care about that. Talk to Otto Mentalis if you need a donor brain. He's got hundreds of them in his brain frame. Creep.
Okay, sorry. Thanks.
Be a rank riser, not card miser. Combine your Psycards with a Psycore from the Automatic.
Oh, shit.
Rasputin, my boy. Tell me, son. Did you show them? Did you show them all?
Well, yeah, we rescued Truman from the kidnappers, so I guess?
That's my boy. So I suppose that means you're running this whole place now.
Dad, what are you doing here?
What? Well, we're here to support you, son.
We?
Of course. You really opened my eyes about the whole psychic thing, son. I'd been acting like a fool, I know that now. But your mother, I knew she'd need more convincing. She's not, after all, like us. Psychics, I mean.
You don't have to whisper that here.
So I thought if she saw where you were working and met all your new friends...
My mom's here.
Son, the whole family is here.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
My little booty! Have you been practicing your acrobatics?
He's definitely let his muscle tone suffer.
Hey, hey, hey!
I think he's put on a little weight.
He's not as flexible as I prefer. Pull harder.
Just what is going on out here? Rasputin, stop goofing around and explain yourself. Who are these people?
We are the Aquatos! Traveling thrill givers and practitioners of the acrobatic arts!
Great. Well, this is a highly restricted area. The campgrounds are over the hill. Now, if you wouldn't mind hauling that wreck off our landing pad.
What did you say?
If it's too much trouble to haul it, I could always burn it for you.
Easy, Forsyth.
Please, excuse us. We are Rasputin's family. We've come here to support him, not get in the way. We'll move our caravan to the campgrounds.
I want to play in the jet.
Maybe your brother can give us a tour later. Whenever he's ready, he knows where to find us.
Bye, Pooter.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wow. I was not ready for Rasputin family of origin talk tonight. Holy cow. That was really uncomfortable to watch. Oh man, without context, it's really hard to fully analyze that. My sense is that we're supposed to feel the chaos of that and empathize with Rasputin around it, which is not hard to do. But all right, so parents create a culture in families. Like, you as a parent decide in a lot of ways what is important, what is valued, in particular what gets attention and what gets your energy. And you set an environment of nurture that your children don't have any way of comparing to. Like, it's not like your kids come out and they have seen everything that you've seen. So you have a lot of power to create a family culture. But there's this pesky little thing called nature that sometimes can run against that, in the sense that sometimes you have kids with certain temperaments and interests. Maybe it's interests that are derived from like the outside world. We have a sense that Rasputin read a lot of comic books about the Psychonauts. Perhaps that was a window into a world that he felt he could connect with better than what was being created as an environment in his home. We don't know. But when there is a person or people within a family that don't seem to fully embrace the culture of the family, oftentimes they will be picked on. In a lot of cases, the reason that happens is because the family perceives difference as threatening. And that threat is really founded upon projected insecurities of the family itself. And sometimes what you'll see is an overcompensation for that insecurity by exerting power in the form of like embarrassment or whatnot. Some of the stuff that we just saw Raz's family do as this giant spectacle in front of him. And it's uncomfortable because it seems to be devoid of empathy for Raz and his experience of his family. And it also feels a little bit icky, and I say this with, you got to take this with a grain of salt because I don't have all the context for Raz's family, but there is also a phenomenon where families that don't accept you will show up coincidentally when you are all of a sudden doing well for yourself. People just like to find their way out of the woodwork into your life when all of a sudden you just so happen to be doing well, even if it's against what they are all about. And squaring up that dissonance is very hard for families, and you see them go back to old patterns. And we saw that happen right there. I don't know what drove Rasputin to leave his family. One can only guess that it was like the chaos of it, being picked on, not feeling like he fit in. Like it was somehow embarrassing to be psychic. And he found a place that accepts him for something that he's good at, instead of him being forced to be good at like performance or whatever else it is that his family appears to be good at. And it's kind of sad that they show up in this way without any warning. Put him into a really uncomfortable space. And completely throw him off his game in a setting that he feels safe in. So really there just seems to be kind of a gross misunderstanding of Raz in the way that his family just showed up here. Like, ugh. And they show up in a way that appears to be in conflict to how Raz shows up. Like they're shown as being like kind of disheveled and chaotic, and you know, clothes are not particularly like clean. And Raz is like cleaned up. He's kind of got it together. He's driven. It's just fascinating. I don't know. There's a lot percolating in there. It's only a first impression, so I don't want to go too far down the analysis rabbit hole and make a bunch of assumptions. But seeing Raz's discomfort around his family is a real, like, antenna raiser for me. And that was definitely an uncomfortable circumstance. Seeing the power that his parents have over... Like, even if Raz has done some work to really, like, square himself up and see himself as separate from his family... The power that parents tend to hold, unless you've really done a lot of work, is there regardless of whether you want it to be, and it can really throw things off. I think the other point that I want to make, and this is kind of an opportunity to do it, is there is a real phenomenon that families maintain what's called homeostasis, which is a series of dynamics and various like levels of interaction and rules that generally govern the system and allow it to remain as predictable as possible. It's not always a collaborative process, but it does happen like all together. Families do everything they can to maintain homeostasis, which is why change is often threatening to that. Equilibrium is another word that you could use instead of homeostasis. When you disrupt equilibrium through change, you will often see a series of overcompensations from people in the system to try to bring it back to the homeostasis that it's used to. So if Raz represents something in his family that they either haven't conceptualized, don't believe they're capable of, or are threatened by, they are going to overcompensate to try to bring him back to a very low bottom of the totem pole position, which is what we just saw here. A lot of people will tell you that the first time they really experience that is when they go away to school or camp and they kind of find themselves, particularly like in college, and then they come back home. All of a sudden, you start doing stuff and saying stuff that feels really weird, that you become way more aware of. And all of that is you just filing right into family homeostasis. It's a very real thing that happens, and it's a very hard thing to break out of. And we just got to see Raz's family's compensation for the fact that he's perceived to be different. They demean him, they embarrass him, they get him to feel like shit, potentially to kind of kill his drive, because he makes them look bad, potentially. Very real thing.
Sheesh, it's hot.
Psycho-isolation chamber. I feel like that's where we need to go. So that's where we're going to go.
Got a side card. Oh. Yep. I'll take that card.
This is a lot larger world than I thought it was.
Can't leave this card lying around.
Hi!
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 Hello.
Finally! I thought you'd never say hi. I tell ya, I have been waiting for someone to come visit for a long time. I was starting to think I was invisible. You ever get that feeling? Well, there was this one girl who looked kind of like a blue scarecrow, but she scared me. But you seem nice, so did I guess your name right?
It's Raz.
Oh, that was the very next name I was going to say, I swear. So, how long are you committing yourself for?
4 years. What? Just a couple minutes?
Just a few minutes. Wait, what are we talking about here?
Psycho-isolation, silly. We don't commit people anymore without their consent. Unless they're a danger to themselves or others.
How many people you got in there?
Oh, just Agent Boole right now. He likes it in there. Keeps him from feeling overwhelmed by all the you-know-what in the woods.
Sure you're supposed to disclose that?
Goats?
Voices. He can't shut them out. Can you believe he even finds me overwhelming?
This goes without saying, I hope. But I'm just gonna mention it. What she's doing right there is a massive, massive problem. That's a HIPAA violation and a half. If you are ever in a professional context with therapists, medical personnel, whomever, and this is a thing that you see, go as far as you can in the other direction and report it. It is a huge, huge HIPAA violation to disclose the information of somebody else without their consent to a third party. The only way that Raz should be privy to that information is if that agent has signed a release of information that Raz is privy to that info. He doesn't do that, then Raz is not privy to that information. There is no excuse for what she's doing there. So if you ever see this in your real life, ever, if a doctor or a therapist ever says something about another patient that you would not want somebody to say about you, bail. Your information needs to be protected.
So anyway, I've got a nice room ready for you if you'd like it.
Actually, I'm just here to visit Agent Boole.
Oh, well, okay. Just be careful. Don't ask him too many things at once, or he'll curl up into a little ball and something might explode. Hi!
Somebody needs to, like, relieve this woman of her shift for no other reason than just, like, yikes, being in isolation like this is awful for people. I mean, it's literally torture for humans to be in isolation. We are relational beings. It's one thing to be actually isolated, it's another thing to be isolated without the ability to reach out to people if you need to, by the way. A lot of people are like, well, I love being by myself. Yeah, no, there's a difference between being by yourself, knowing that you could be around people or reach out to them if you needed to, versus being fully in isolation. Alright, let's see what's going on for this guy here.
I see what you're doing there. Oh, you think you're clever, don't you?
Looks like there's a Senior League membership card stuck in this frame.
Hey, don't even look at that. It's private.
Agent Boole?
Huh?
Alright, let's see. How do I want to play this? This presupposes that he wants help out of there. That's not a great option. Hi, I'm Rasputin. I'm a friend of your grandson. Do we know that for sure? I see Lizzie introduced you to Harold. That seems like the better option because I'm working with some known variables there.
I see Lizzie introduced you to Harold.
Oh, no. Harry Kasparov here showed up on his own.
So why is Lizzie still out there looking for animals?
Oh, well, I mostly sent her away just because there was too many voices in here. Hint, hint.
Let me cut to the chase here. Well, actually, no, he should know who I am. So now I'm going to introduce him.
Hi, I'm Rasputin. I'm a friend of your grandson.
Oh, no. He hasn't hurt anybody else, has he?
No humans that I know of.
Good. Good.
Okay. Now I'll tell him that I need his help.
Agent Boole, I need your help.
Oh, no. With what?
This seems a bit overwhelming. I'm gonna just start with the membership card. If he needs follow-up, we're gonna go with that.
I need a Senior League membership card.
What? Well, don't look at mine.
Please, Agent Boole. It's important.
That bowling card is a precious memento of a dear friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did she die?
No, she's somewhere. Out in the forest.
What? Well, let's go find her.
Well, I've tried for years, but I just can't anymore.
All right, let me insist one time. We'll see how this goes.
Please let me borrow your Senior League membership card.
No, now buzz off. Buzz off. Hey, hang on a second. Exactly what I was thinking, Harold. The bees could help. Cassie and I always loved working with bees in the forest. If you could bring me just one bee, I'll bet I could talk to it and find out where my Cassie is.
No kidding?
Here, take this and hurry.
Okay, one bee coming up. I came out here looking... Okay, I'm off to the Forgetful Forest to find a bee for Agent Boole. This is a serious mission, no matter how adorable it sounds.
Okay, getting a bee, chat. I'm ready to get a bee.
Hi.
Oh boy. Hi. Hey. Good to see ya. Oh, ye HIPAA violator.
Ow! Oops! Sorry, little brother. I thought you were a rabid squirrel.
Knock it off, Crazy!
Danger, abandoned mine.
Just like it can.
Go to the forest, find a bee. I sure hope not, Floaty. I want this card. I want the card. How do I get off the boat? Guess I... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Don't know how to jump out of this boat. Oh, I see. Okay, so I really do have to die. Hopefully this is the way.
This is amazing!
Coach was trying to throw it out, but I knew it was fixable.
With this transmitter, KLOB will finally be on the air.
Bob.
No, K-Lobe. We enrobe the mother lobe with music.
Cool. So where are your records?
Well, I only have one right now.
What?
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
If I find any, I'll bring you more.
I'm counting on it, partner.
Let's say supportive free agent, okay?
Anyway, our fans come for the music, but they stay for the personalities.
Like who?
Like me.
Huh.
And you?
I didn't hear anything.
Got it! Hey, Gisu.
Rasputin Aquato, say, you seem like the reckless and resourceful type. I have a challenge that I think is perfect for a young man of your disposition. Interested?
Yeah, let's go. Can you tell me what it is first?
Can you tell me what it is first?
Sorry. It involves some secret high-tech stuff I'm not at liberty to disclose to the non-committal.
Oh my god. Really? Fine.
Whatever it is, I'm into it.
Wow, even more reckless than I thought. Impressive. Here's the issue. My mentor, Auto Mentalis, deployed several psychoseismometers like this one to detect and collect negative psychic residue. Problem is, he kind of forgot about them for a long time. So now they're all overloaded and unstable. I thought instead of me going around venting all these nasty things and stealing all the glory...
You want me to do it?
For extra credit. You're welcome. And to free me up for more high-minded engineering work. Okay.
Yes, of course.
Come on, Wait, you said yes? All right, good man. Well,
Shady.
if you survive, be sure to report back, okay?
Okay.
Hey, guys.
Busted. Now we gotta burn this site and find a new base of operations.
What?
Pirate radio, Gisu. Gotta be ready to bug out in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner.
Relax, Morris. I'm not a narc.
Exactly what a narc would say.
So why a radio station, Morris? Shouldn't you be working with Mia?
Mia wants me to learn how to reach out into the world. And this is how I'm gonna do it. With radio.
Have you told her about this yet?
No, I'm waiting until we get back our first ratings report so I can show her how effective it is.
Where'd you get the radio?
Gisu fixed up Coach's old transmitter and made it more powerful.
Just be careful you don't fall asleep on that thing and broadcast your dreams out to the world.
Who would ever be dumb enough to do that?
Meh. Okay, I need to go report my findings to the radio police.
Ha ha.
Because I'm a narc.
Yep.
I want to get a B.
These animals are more wily than the ones at camp.
Yeah, I see him. I think he's just one of the new interns.
All right, I gotta. Okay, where do we go to get this B? Let's see. Compton won't lend me a senior league membership card until I do him a favor. He wants to be from the Forgetful Forest. To get there, I'll have to travel through the old mine to the questionable area. Okay. There we go. Let's go. Yeah. really do feel like Nathan Drake in this game sometimes.
Careful! It gets pretty advanced up here. Not for little kids.
Yep.
Let's go. Woo!
Yoink.
Okay. Oh, damn.
Doesn't look like a death trap to me. Yet.
Famous last words, Raz. You gotta be careful, buddy. Whoa. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. All right, I gotta remember that because I could use that flower to go to that other area. More water. Of course, Raz is not fond of. All right, come on, buddy. Ah! That's one way to do it.
Glass cap Becky. In here.
Hey, it's one of the things.
Guess this mine is really dangerous. I'll just gently release the. Oh, hey!
Oh shit!
Uh-oh. It's accessed some sort of fight or flight center in my own brain. I choose fight.
Oh god! Ah! Holy shit! That was close. Oh, dead. Let's go. Got nothing on me. Oh, shit. Yeah. Little stamp out, guys. Shouldn't be too hard to handle. Wow, they hit hard. Holy shit. Please be it. Woo! Holy crap.
Whew. These machines are more work than I expected. But it looks
I gotta
more
buy some
stable
suckers.
now.
Holy crap. Alright. Oh, beautiful. Nice. Thankful for these rocks. Alright, good shit. So now we gotta figure out a way to get up there, which we take this. Woo! Other way, Raz. Other way, buddy. Other way, buddy. Okay. This way. Oh, I see. Okay. So now we go this other way. Well, all right. I'm glad we knocked that out. This is what I wanted to do anyway, was go over here. Use some clairvoyance. Damn it! Okay. That's good. How do I get over there?
I'll take that card.
Oh, there's a rope over there. Okay. Here. Up. Up. Here, nice little updraft.
Crazy?
Oh, shit.
You up here? I'm telling Mom you threw a rock at me.
It was a pine cone, you baby. Ow! That was a rock.
I'm warning you.
I don't like it.
Must be safe. I don't hear
Last
any
cap,
ticking.
Becky got even with the mining company that cheated her by leaving booby traps throughout the mine. So please stay. Give me enough time to read that.
Yep.
In the mine we go. I just want a bee. That's all I need. Just a bee. The questionable area?
Looks like
the only answer is more questions?
Traveled through here all right.
Yep, we had to hightail it out into the woods because you're ashamed of being an Aquato.
I'll stop being ashamed of that. If you stop being ashamed of being a psychic.
Oh, you're asking for it, Raspy.
Frazee, it's okay. You can tell Dad now. You don't have to hide anymore.
This is your last warning.
Frazee? Ow!
More where that came from.
Ooh. It's okay. Wow. So apparently all of them are psychic, but they're all afraid to express it because of what they internalized from their father? Wow. That's happens to a lot of folks. You learn both overtly and covertly what is allowed in your family, particularly as it relates to like identity and conviction. And something that happens without us meaning for it to happen, it's not an intentional process, is when we experience those patterns over time growing up, we internalize them. And we carry some of these narratives and convictions on behalf of people that pushed it into us. And we will then operate in the world in a way that we think has to do with our values. but is not actually our values. It's what we learned from the people around us. And a lot of the work that I have to do with folks as a therapist is help detangle them from some of these narratives that they have sometimes unknowingly started carrying on behalf of people that they either love or think they were supposed to love. And when you confront people with the idea that they can access some aspect of themselves that was pushed out of them by the people that mattered to them, you get the reaction that you got from Raz's sister, which is one of extreme resistance, often out of self-preservation and protection. So that interaction between Raz and her, though she's mean to him, has garnered a little bit of empathy for her, because I do wonder if part of her aggression is something she learned about how to survive a family system where she couldn't be or present herself in a way that she is. And she sees Raz doing that and is perhaps jealous and threatened by it in a way that I can have a lot of empathy for rather than immediately bash her for. We just learned a lot in that little exchange.
I think the entrance to the Forgetful Forest is somewhere here in the questionable area.
Seriously, A+ with the music in this game. Absolutely perfect vibes every single area we've been in. This is fantastic.
I can't leave this card lying around. Yep.
What? How did you get here?
Oh, for Lancelot, thank you. Are those the acorns I asked for? Yes? No. No, they can't be, can they? No, because I asked for acorns that were crushed. Didn't I?
Yikes.
Didn't I, Fur Lancelot? I hate to yell at you, Fur Lancelot, but I am the crushed one. It crushes my heart to see you not doing your best. Understand? Now, do I need to show you how to crush things? No? You sure? Okay. Good boy. Now, try again. But this time think about personal commitment and delivering excellence every day. All right? Sorry you had to see that, Raz.
If there is anybody in your life that interacts with you like that, get the hell away from them. That is one of the most appalling sequences of behavior I have ever seen in a video game. That's legit emotional abuse. Like, that is actual abuse that we just witnessed. It's really scary. That kind of stuff is really scary. She's in a position of power. And the subordinate makes a mistake relative to her expectations, which may or may not have been clear. And instead of it becoming about the mistake, she makes it a value attribution, in this case about the squirrel. You must not be trying hard enough. You must not care enough. You must not love me enough to meet my expectations. I do all of this for you, and you can't do this small thing for me. I mean, these are things that get people to question themselves and believe that this person in power knows more about them than they do. And it screws with people in a huge way. It's ruled by fear. So if there's anybody in your life that interacts with you or other people in that way, stay away from them. Because that is what emotional abuse looks like, right there. You don't have to hit somebody to get them to be terrified like that. I lost all respect for Sam there. It was not funny or cute. There are people that legitimately have to deal with that. From parents, from spouses, partners, family members. And when I say nobody is entitled to your presence, I especially mean people like that. That's terrible. And you see all the other animals cowering in fear. Holy shit. Right, and then she says, I'm sorry you had to see that to Raz. To basically equalize him with her and make it seem like it's not her fault that just happened. Right? It's presuming like, I'm sorry this squirrel messed up so that you had to see that. I'm further embarrassed because of the social implications by what this person did or what this squirrel did. Oh my God. It's awful. Like, I have a pit in my stomach from that. Holy shit. Oops.
Psychar! Hey, Sam.
Talk fast. Cakes are cooking.
I have some questions about pancakes.
Start flapping, Jack.
What's your recipe?
Just the basics, you know. Eggs, milk, flour. Found most of it here, with a couple quick substitutions.
What sort of substitutions?
If I told you, it would compromise the perceived flavor profile.
Isn't that just straight up dirt?
For the umami.
Where'd you get the milk? From the goats?
Oh, yeah, that would have been easier. Hey, it brought us closer, Fran.
You used eggs you found here? Old eggs?
No! Gross. I found some fresh ones. And you know, if you use enough syrup, you can't tell chicken from snake. Eggs is eggs.
I'm out of pancake questions.
Good, because I'm out of pancake puns.
What are you doing out here?
Well, you know my intern mentor, Coach Morso Oleander?
Yeah?
Well, this is the first assignment he gave me. Mission. Get me some pancakes so I can think. I think it's supposed to teach me something about the many layers of the mind. Maybe. I know the butter stands for lateral thinking. I got that much.
I gotta go.
Catch you on the flip side. Yes, it is funny every time. Out of my kitchen, Raz. Unless you want to end up a pancake.
Not a fan.
Got it.
I just needed to get a B, man. I gotta have these unsettling ass conversations
Guess my
with Sam.
family has chosen where to set up the Aquatodome.
We got more pirate radio going.
This is Morris Martin.
Creepy, there you are.
Aw, man. You found my private dancing place.
Sorry.
Too late. You ruined it.
Mom's looking for you. What? There are no rules in horseshoes. Just the shoe, the stake, and your mind. Yoink.
Balls go up? What up, Beaver?
If you want to be a spy so bad, why not start spying on your family over in the campgrounds?
Yeah, I can appreciate it too, enthusiast. This is very intense. Like, I just sort of think about, like, I mean, it's a very real representation of emotional abuse. So, I mean, I can certainly appreciate that that's exactly what that would look like. I just think about, like, you know, it's pretty jarring to a person who's had that experience and didn't see that coming. Oof.
I forgive you.
Mom?
What?
I mean, if little children never ran away from home, where would the circus get her workers, huh? What matters is that the Aquatos are all together again. And this little adventure of yours has actually given me fresh inspiration for our act.
Oftentimes when kids run away from home, there's a reason for it. Sometimes it's kind of a stupid reason that's very just early on developmentally, but there are also times where kids run away for reasons that are very worthy of parental self-reflection. I'm not saying that your kid has to change your entire dynamic of your home and family because they try to run away. But if a kid legitimately runs away and then you see them again, or they come back and you're like, oh, good, we're finally back, and there's no reflection on, like, what compelled you to run away from us? Like, that's a real good place to be curious. And I really do mean that. Like, you can get a lot of information about yourself as a parent from how your kids react to you, particularly when your kids start to have an emerging sense of autonomy. If your kids are actively trying to get away from you when they are in touch with that autonomy, may mean you're missing the mark somewhere. And a lot of parents don't like to admit that because they take being a parent so seriously. And they assume that they know better all the time. Well, you may know your child pretty well, but you will never know your child's experience better than them, in the same way that nobody knows your experience better than them. And so that can be a real reflection of something. And the lack of curiosity for Raz leaving, ugh.
Me too! Did you see that unnatural and slightly gimmicky waterfall over there?
The one flowing upside down? Stay away from it. No water.
Too late, Nonna. It has already watered the flower of inspiration in my heart and blossomed into... Guess what I called it? Guess.
The upside-down waterfall?
The Devil's Fire Hose! Let's show our runaway how we do it, everybody. Queepy, on the bottom.
He has been massively othered from his family. Let's show our little runaway what we as a family have accomplished while he was gone to further enforce the idea that he is totally subordinate to us. Really don't like it, even if it might seem like they're bubbly and well-intentioned. I also do want to comment on the I forgive you for leaving, because it would suggest that Raz is sorry that he left and that he wronged them and he is in the wrong by leaving. Not necessarily. A lot of presupposition in that. Not a fan of this family dynamic. This is not great. So, if it, in the worst event that, or in an event that a child runs away and eventually returns, what would be the best way to welcome them back appropriately? Well, I think it's to express your concern, to let them know if there's any consequences for the fact that they ran away, but then to be curious about why they ran away, which takes a lot. If you're the type of parent that's going to be curious about why your child ran away, they're probably not going to run away in the first place. I mean, I can't make a blanket statement on that, but
This would be easier if you didn't use so much hair grease.
It'd be easier if your head weren't so pointy.
Now, Rasputin, up top you go.
Yes, son. And then you could add a little psychic flourish by levitating this pine cone.
No, no. Then we pass each person up the tower like water flowing. No psychic flourishes. I told you. We are acrobats. We don't do parlor tricks.
Guys?
Why not a little of both?
Pops?
Oh, cretin.
You guys!
Oh, shush.
This is why we taught you how to fall as babies.
It's no use. We need the Aquatodome.
I'm on it.
Help him out, would you, Pooty? He's had to take on so much extra work since you abandoned your family and broke our hearts. That's a good boy.
If there's one thing the Aquatos know how to do, it's making themselves at home. Anywhere. What was I doing out here again? Oh, right. Compton needs a bee from the Forgetful Forest.
So I'm going to tell you why this is tricky for me to analyze. Because, I mean, it's obvious there's a lot going on here. But when families come to therapy, it's usually because there's some sort of recognition that something is off. And that there's kind of like this desire to jointly work towards something. And I don't know that the family would share the same goals here. Like, I think Rasputin has really been isolated out from his family in a big way, that he's the scapegoat. I mean, you have a father who has, it seems like, had his psychic fortitude suppressed by his wife, who is minimized psychic powers to parlor tricks, which is a real minimization, not just of an interest, but of an actual part of who these people are. That then became the prevailing narrative in the family, despite the fact that people have psychic ability. And so now it's just led to this like significant lack of interest in Rasputin and a diminishment of what's important to him. I can totally understand why he's trying to find a family elsewhere. I really can. And the family doesn't seem to have any kind of desire to engage in self-reflection, to wonder why this is problematic and why Rasputin doesn't connect with them. And that's for one of two reasons. Either one, they are really legitimately ignorant to it and don't care. Or two, they do know, and they do not want to get closer to the insecurity that's involved with that. So to engage with Rasputin around that means to get way too close to something that's potentially a hot button sensitive issue for them. So this is a real vie for distance from that. And they just kind of load it all into Rasputin. And this makes for very tricky family therapy sessions if you had this entire family together, because the inclination as a therapist is to want to totally and fully support Rasputin here, because he's being ganged up on by his family. When in reality, Rasputin holds a lot of implicit power, and they're just not getting close to the vulnerability of it in talking about it, right? Like you abandoned our family and broke our heart. She says that so casually. She says that in the same way that she could have said it's sunny outside. So there's no like closeness that's brought in with that. There's no real vulnerability brought into saying these things that are heavy. And we don't want to leverage Rasputin's insight into his family to overtax him in working with the family. Like, I as a therapist would be doing a shitload of work with the family without leveraging Rasputin. Rasputin would be a bit of a bystander in this, because Rasputin needs to take a little bit of a break from being the one that acknowledges and understands the family dynamics. Wouldn't you have individual sessions to address these? No. So a common misconception about family therapy is that you should split everybody up, resolve their individual issues, and then bring them back together. That is not actually useful. Family dynamics happen when everybody is present. If you split them up, you get an entirely different story. You can do some individual sessions to get an idea of where people are coming from, but family therapy and family change only happens really with everybody in the room. However, there are times where it actually is better to remove certain individuals from the room if they are being over-leveraged. In this case, potentially Rasputin. If the family is consistently scapegoating him and is not willing to address some of the stuff that's going on for them internally as a unit separate of Rasputin, there is a good chance that like you might remove Rasputin from this context for a little bit to work with the family and see what happens when you take discussions of Rasputin off the table. Because what would likely happen with the family is, even if Rasputin wasn't in the room with them, they would still talk about him a ton. And as a therapist, you take him off the table. I'd like to talk about the dynamic between all of you. I don't want to hear Rasputin. I don't want to talk about Rasputin. Rasputin's not in the room right now. I want to hear about you guys. I want to see how you guys tick. I want to figure out your dynamic. And then perhaps we bring Rasputin back in if he really has been that fully isolated. Family therapy is an art. There is science to it, but it's an art. And it's something that you really have to bob and weave and really pick up on family process here. Right now what we're seeing is a family that has some sort of perceived threat or emotion wrapped up in Rasputin, and they all do distancing behaviors even when he gets closer, right? Like they probably are they so desire him to be closer to them when they're gone, when he's gone, but then when he is close to them, they push him away through their behaviors. So there's this push for distance despite a desire for closeness, and they're not learning how to facilitate closeness with him, and that's really the task of the family as opposed to the task of Rasputin to get them on board with that. I mean, it's really complicated stuff here. Either sit outside or they don't come to the next session or whatever, Floaty. I mean, there's different ways to do it. Family therapy is incredibly complicated and it's very difficult to do. The more people you add to a room, the harder it is. But when we are looking at Rasputin's family, if we want to do good work with the family, we have to have the whole family involved. And I think, unfortunately, that is probably where I'm going to have to stop for part 3. So if you are watching the VOD, thank you so much for making it all the way through part 3. I know we didn't have a ton of exposition move forward, but we did have some pretty cool stuff that we were able to talk about. I think this sets up nicely for part 4, where we're going to go find that bee, do some more family interaction. Make sure that if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, if this is where you're watching it, that you please take a second and subscribe to the channel. You can turn on notifications if you want to get updates for when these videos drop. And make sure if you are watching this on YouTube and you don't follow me on Twitch, go over and follow me on Twitch. All the links are down in the description. Leave a comment if you haven't already. Would love to read what you have to say. And yeah, thanks for making it all the way through here. I hope I get to see you live sometime, but I do appreciate that you watch the VODs. I'll catch you in part 4.